let this song be a flame. You can rise from the ashes. You don't have to stay the same. Look inside, see the mirror. See the key in your hand. Set yourself free. Love, now you'll finally stand.
Sometimes I don't know if I'm rising or falling, but when I can't find myself, I still find you. Look at me when I'm talking to you. You stare at my face, but I see right through. Blood in your eye, love in disguise. Pride on your chest, but the hurt still high. Nobody else, just me in the frame. The ghost of my past keep calling my name. Trying to fix wrong.
What's going on, Joker? What's going on, Leo? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in.
Still don't understand. Glass on the wall. Hey, here we are again. Through my rise and my fall. You've been my only friend. You tell me no one else can see the man I am. So why we always here talking to each other again? Talking to each other again. Yeah. Truth in the lies that you hide in your eye. Lonely in a crowd, but I'm still getting by. You correct me when I'm twisted. Show the scars I never.
How's it going, clown? Welcome in, welcome in. Gotta do, hold on, let me turn that down so that you can hear me better. Gotta do double defenses tonight? No, that's at All Hallows Wrath. So tonight you're facing Echo just in like a go-home style match. And then at All Hallows Wrath you will take on Echo for the Ironclad Championship, and then you will also take on Santana Storm for the Overdrive World Championship. All Hallows Wrath is this Sunday. Yo, how's it going, Droofy? Thank you, sir. Thank you. Hope the same for you. Thinking my mic is switched? Let's find out. Did that do anything? Did that help? Do I sound better? Do I sound nicer? Do I sound sexy? Am I a beautiful boy now? Hi, that's me. Yeah, that's me. Hope I win. I'll be in and out, going to a craft night in a bit. Sounds fun as hell. Have a good time, Leah. Prioritize real life over the stream always, ma'am. Yeah, I sound better. Bet. Appreciate. Thank you, good sir. Sneeze has never felt so damn good. Say sometimes it be like that, right? Let's get an opening for y'all, right? Let's slow the R&B and the groovy shit down. Let's get an opening for you guys. Sneeze has been building up for like the last 3 hours. Damn. It was one of them. It was one of them. Y'all hear it? I can't hear that shit. Y'all can hear it, we good. But what's going on, Data Boy? Welcome in, brother. Sometimes a sneeze can change your soul. Exactly. Exactly. Am I sitting here like a jackass with no audio playing over this right now? Data Boy, it has been a minute. Welcome in, welcome in. I hope you are doing great. Welcome back to UCW. Good to be back. I'm glad. I'm glad. Everything good? You something happened? Did you have to step away for like do I need to come find somebody? I'm doing all right, ready for action. I wonder how UCW management feels having Joka in their intro still. Joka is a pivotal part of UCW's history. No, Joka is a pivotal part of UCW's history. There is no UCW without Joka in some ways. He was our first hottest storyline. Yeah, he crashed out in the back room and freaked the fuck out and like ended a couple of careers. However, Joka will forever and always in some way be a part of UCW. That man, without a doubt, is undisputed a part of UCW history. She's fine. She has to get an MRI now, and they put her in what they called an immobilizer, and she literally cannot bend her knee because there's a sleeve on her like entire leg, so they got her on crutches and shit. But she has got some stronger anti-inflammatories, and she's doing a little bit better. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the love. That's very sweet. Like, all of you at the exact same time went, like, that's very nice. Thought Joka was still in the company. No, he got fired. You must have missed that promo. Yeah, see, like, that's the thing is, like, with the long-ass promos where, like, I'm really trying to, like, put stories together and, like, build momentum and stuff like that, I feel like they're a little long, so, like, people just skip past them, which is understandable. I would probably do the same thing. But no, he got fired. Just replace him with Nicholas Kelly. So we actually will be getting new videos. Is it not a tear, just strained? So we actually don't. So when we got the X-ray, like I told you guys, it was just swollen. Like they just said that it was a swollen meniscus. But she heard like a really loud pop and like crackling went down her knee, and like everything kind of felt like it was on fire. So she's worried. Radcore, welcome in, brother. How are you doing, my friend? Great stream. I caught the beginning of it and then obviously had to leave. Thank you for trusting your peoples with me. I promise you're safe. I'm going to take care of you. We got milk. We got cookies. It's going to be good. Stick around. Have a great time. The show hasn't even started yet. Once again, Radcore, thank you, brother. Go get your tea. Go take care of your children. Go get some din in your system, and then come back and hang out. You had him sold with milk. Exactly. Everybody remember Bad Boys 2? I love Bad Boys 2. Hi, Game Bunny. Welcome in. Welcome in. Bad Boys 2, I'm watching a funny scene from that right now. Bad Boys 2 is a fire-ass movie. But no, we will be getting new movies. I can't say when. Obviously not like soon, because I gotta get the movie done for All Hallows Wrath. I gotta get All Hallows Wrath completely finished as far as arenas and stuff like that. Get a match card made, get that posted for all you guys, and that's all tomorrow because I procrastinate like a motherfucker. But I have been wanting to, because I've learned a little bit more about editing, how to do some video effects and stuff like that. I've wanted to kind of revamp the movies, the stuff like that. I want new songs behind them really, really bad, because like your boy been popping off with the AI song creation, as you can tell by like the opening songs and stuff like that. And I would really like to incorporate some of that newer stuff that I can do into the intro movies and maybe make them a little shorter. Just because, I mean, especially with the Overdrive one, I play half of it and then kill it. I stop playing it. So, you know, it's just the small things that I've been thinking about getting changed and fixing that I'm finally thinking about having time for. It's great to see you doing great, by the way. You too, Toby. I appreciate it. However, I've talked for probably 5 minutes at this point, and I'm ready to watch some wrestling. So let's get into the card, ladies and gentlemen. We working, bruv. I'm assuming you're talking about like the videos and stuff like that. Yes, we are. Yeah, that's the plan. Is to get locked in, especially with the news that Supreme hit the Discord with earlier. We all got to look more professional and more sellable. So I'm thinking having short video packages and stuff like that at the beginning.
What do they mean?
Onyx, thank you for the follow. I thought you did that already. I could have swore you already did that, but welcome in, brother. I appreciate the follow. Thank you for being here. This is UCW. This is not GTA, just so you know. This is a wrestling EFED, so if you like wrestling, I mean, stick around, but also, I just appreciate the follow, my man. If you don't like wrestling, this is probably not a place that you're going to want to be in about 10 minutes, because I've become a completely different person. But Ladies and gentlemen, to start off the night, we have the Golden Dragons of UCW, Midas and Orion, taking on Azrael Black and Big Johnson of the Empire of Pain tonight. This is the final semifinals match for the Bound by Blood Tag Team Classic. The winner of this match will go on to face the Next Generation at All Hallows Wrath this Sunday to be the first ever unified tag team champions. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the problem that we have is Radcore and Ogre showed up to UCW headquarters and stole the unified championships. So we actually only have the old World Tag Team Championships and the old Tag Team Extreme Championships. We do not have the new belts that I showed all of you in Discord. I'm on my way to a Mexican restaurant with my mom and baby sister, but I'm just dropping by. Sounds good, brother Toby. Be safe. Enjoy your time with your family. I feel like I watched a bunch of people and forgot to follow. Hey, it'd be like that, doesn't it? Especially with like raid traffic and stuff like that, you be getting sent in and out. You just don't know where to go, and you don't know what you did and what you didn't do and who you did it to. And what. Okay, let me stop. Ladies and gentlemen, after that, Rose Daniels will be taking on Echo. This is a little bit of a preview to some of the action that we're going to see at All Hallows Wrath this Sunday. Rose Daniels, the reigning, defending Ironclad champion. Echo, obviously the #1 contender who will be challenging against her this Sunday at All Hallows Wrath. Vintora takes on John Styles, the current Prince of Carnage champion, also the longest reigning Prince of Carnage champion. Vintora, the Prime Internet champion, had a match on Monday in the main event to go for a spot at the World Heavyweight Championship. Rad, you evil person. What do you mean? He is evil, but what do you mean? I want to know what he did to you this time. He's always evil to me. But no, Vintora with a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship lost that match on Monday, now moving into a one-on-one match for a championship, stealing belts. Oh, yeah, that's a whole thing. That's a whole thing. Also, Rad, you know that thing that I said I was going to do? I didn't do it. So are we cool with just playing the one that, like, just the OG with, nothing? Like, are you cool with that? Are you good with that? Bet. Okay. Because I was going to do that before, and then, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, after that, Ethan and Nolan Omega, the Omega brothers, will be taking on Carlos Gonzalez and Isaac Ramirez. Now, I told you all in Discord that I got a little, I got to prove himself to be able to bleed with kings. Hey. Ballin out, particularly Carlos Gonzalez, had a star-making effort in that Bound by Blood tournament match last week, looking to rebound from tournament elimination. It's funny you say that. You have a little bit of an echo. Maybe my headset's too loud. Belt stealing, he is nice to me because I send him Canadian stuff. Hey, that's bribery. All good here? Okay, bet. I was going to say, my mixer doesn't have echo up at all, so I'm hoping that I'm not echoing. My headset could have been a little too loud, though. It could have been picking up at, higher volumes. But ladies and gentlemen, I said in Discord that this match right here has a little bit of a special connotation behind it. This match right here is what we call a loser's bracket. And the winner of this match will go on to participate in the match at All Hallows Wrath, making the Bound by Blood finals a triple threat tag match. Now, will it be an elimination match? I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't fucking know, because I don't know if 2K is gonna let me do that yet. But the plan is for it to be a triple threat elimination tag team match. Whoever wins this match right here will move on into that position. And then, ladies and gentlemen, right after, we will have Azrael Black working double duty tonight. King Hipsta, Drake Frost, and Scott Taylor all going at it in a fatal four-way elimination match to decide the #1 contender who will take on Dad Trainer at All Hallows Wrath for the Breakdown World Championship. I don't need to tell you who Azrael Black is. That man was the first ever Deathlock champion. He's a member of the Empire of Pain. He's the tag team partner of Big Johnson. He could be booking himself for double duty if he and Big Johnson are able to win in the first match of the night, and he's able to win at the end of the night too. Is it possible? Who knows? We've seen crazy things happen in UCW. Joka beat 3 people in one day and beat 2 guys the night before. So if we're really talking about what's possible, what isn't possible? King Hipsta obviously proved himself to be able to hold a championship, proved to be in the main event picture multiple times, can never get the job done whenever it counts. Looking to him to get the job done here tonight. Drake Frost and Scott Taylor's obviously filling a slot. I'm just gonna he's just in this match. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. And then there's Drake Frost, who's fighting for redemption from losing both championship opportunities that he's been given in UCW, looking to move into the world championship picture. The first time any member of his family will do that. Oh, I was in Rads when he rated. That's what I was hearing. I hate that shit. That shit blows my mind sometimes because I'm like, why it'd be Echo? And then I'm just like, oh, time to root for Scott Taylor. Please don't, because like he just be here. Like he's not even like he just exists. He just kind of be here. You feel me? Like he's just here. No. Whenever I buy the DLC for UVWF, I will, but I don't know if I'm doing that this week or next week, because we just spent a bunch of money on medicine and crutches. So, I don't know if I'm going to do that this week or next week. So, no, I do not. I'm not sure. I don't know why you need that information, but no, I don't. Go Scott Taylor. Yeah, fuck y'all. Y'all go root for the guy who I didn't even want to put in this match. I just didn't have anybody else to put in the match. Also, tell your friends, join UCW. We hot shit. We are a decent EFED on Twitch. That's all I got for you today. And if you have friends who like EFEDs, then maybe they'll like me. If he wins now, I'm going to time you out for the 3-second time. Just, hey, fuck you. Also, Droofy getting to take a week off. This is one of the first times that the Deathlock champion has not had to do it, or has not had to compete in a long-ass time on Friday. We saw similar things. Owen Thomas got to take off Monday because he's going to defend in a triple threat on Sunday. I mean, we're seeing some changes of flows and shit like that here in UCW, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be honest with you. I need just a second to pull up the fucking music. Because I got a little too focused on conversating. And then I need Golden Dragon. No. Not that. There we go. Okay. Oh, there hasn't been music playing behind me the whole time either. That's cool. That's like me. I just exist in HIW. Hey, I just sent you why. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I remember you telling me that. I remember, yeah, we had that conversation already. I'll have it within, like, the next 2 weeks, so it shouldn't be an issue. It goes live tomorrow, right? Been meaning to check it out. HIW, we get HIW tomorrow, right, Rad? I'm not going to cry, right? I'll kick out at 2.9. He's seen it in his bitch. Hey, there you go. As you know it. You already know it. Who's pulling double duty tonight? Azriel Black. Okay, so I did it with my mouse, but, like, you can't see that. The last time is now. Okay. 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Bet. I don't have to cry myself to sleep tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Azriel Black and Big Johnson taking on the Golden Dragons of UCW, Midas and Orion. Seen all you want when Kelly taps out of the pay-per-view. Best of luck. Damn! Hydrate. Hey, we gonna talk shit real quick? He went, hey, just look at me. Fuck you. Ladies and gentlemen, making their way to the ring first, they are the Golden Dragons of UCW, UCW's finest luchadors. Midas and Orion, former World Tag Team Champions, making their way down to the ring. Hydrate, you should also get a notification in my Discord whenever he goes live. See, on my end it says there's no issues. But I'm about to say, but that does not mean it's just you. On my end it says we're good, but ladies and gentlemen, making his way down to the ring, representing the Crimson Syndicate, UCW's resident big old boy, ladies and gentlemen, Big Johnson. Representing the Crimson Syndicate, this man is the enforcer of Azriel Black, Ace Anderson, and Droofy. That is a hairy man. The only tapping Kelly is going to do is the tap dancing after Droopy ends his run. Now Droopy going, hey, let me talk to you real quick. He went, let me, hey, look at me. I played the wrong song, but we're going to just go with it. He's definitely representing the Empire of Pain. I think I said that. But, you know, your boy usually has like 2 hours to prep for this thing that we do right here. I didn't have that. I'm blaming it on that. Ah. Ladies and gentlemen, making his way down to the ring, reborn, the Demon King, Azriel Black. Making his way, I guess, up from the stage. Not down to the ring, I guess. I suppose. Is that how that works? Ladies and gentlemen, this man right here was your first ever Deathlock champion. History making, known around the world. On a little bit of a decline here in UCW, getting picked up with Big Johnson in the tag team division. Azriel Black has been on fire once again. We shall run with whatever. Hey, fair. I've been trying to install this program for a guy for about 45 minutes now. Easy payday waiting for it. Hey, get paid how you get paid, brother. It sounds like you got paid to sit down and look at a computer screen for 45 minutes. Sorry about that. I got a text message. Immediately going at each other. Let's get that on in the background. Try and get locked back in. Here we go. Hold on. Hold on. Watch this. Midas with a big punch to the face of Big Johnson. Orion going for an early cover on Azriel. Chop from Johnson misses. Midas is very ready for him. This is not the first time these two men have been in the ring together. Orion gets Azriel into the corner. Johnson stops him. Midas still on top. Going off the middle rope. Drop kick takes down Orion. And now the analog press. Hey. Off the athleticism of Orion on display again. Azriel Black with a stomp to the chest of Midas. Breaks up the pin. Big drop kick from Midas. Takes him down. Big Johnson right behind him. Gets him into the corner. Elbow to the back. Midas going across the ring. Drop kick to the back of Big Johnson as well. Dropping the leg while he's draped on the rope. Midas heads to the outside to help Orion. Azriel Black makes his way back into the ring. Orion misses. Midas now alone in the ring with both members of the Empire of Pain. Big elbows. Azriel Black going for a cover. Midas with a massive kick to the face. Don't stress, dude. You had an eventful moment happen. Routine got thrown out the window. You got this. Oh, yeah, for sure. I fucking... Big punch to the face from Johnson. He's got him by the shoulders. Midas looking for something big to Azriel, though. Diving forearm to the face of Azriel. Midas going for a cover.
Only a count of 2. Johnson gets over there but doesn't break it up. Azriel not needing any help. Johnson tries to take down Midas and succeeds. Big ass knee across the back. Stomping down on his leg, catches him with a baseball bat. Azriel with a steel chair working towards Orion. Cracks him across the back. Back up to his feet. Kind of no-sells that shit. Not going to lie. Floats him over. Big Hurricane Rana for Midas on the outside. Midas with a door. Into the barricade. Azriel catches Midas. Big kick to the face. Off the ring post, Midas goes down. Azriel locked in on Orion. Orion with the upper hand, throws him around on the outside. Into the barricade. Standing moonsault from Midas. Keeping Johnson down on his feet, or down off of his feet, is 100% the best game plan for the Lucha Dragons right now. Big elbow misses. No, it didn't. The steps just raised his knee, I guess. What the? 2K, come on now, bro. Off the middle rope. Drop kick misses as well. Orion just speared Midas. Midas not even able to make it up to his feet. Azriel Black with a drop kick to the face takes him down. Midas doesn't know where he's at right now. He has no clue what's going on. Kicks to the side of the face. Shoulder tackle doesn't connect. Midas right there with Azriel. Orion heads onto the outside, gets caught with the steel chair across the back. He goes up to the top rope. Misses the elbow drop. Empire of Pain, now the only men standing. Azriel helps Midas up to his feet. Down on top of his knee. Going for another cover. This could be the end for Midas. Ladies and gentlemen, only a count of 1. Into the corner. Drops him down onto his knees. Midas out of nowhere. Orion with a huge kick. A spear lands to Azriel. Tries to throw him into the ropes. Actually throws Johnson into Orion, going for a cover. The Golden Dragons do not look coordinated here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Drop kick misses. Johnson. DM when you get a second between moments. They should be changed. But is YouTube working? Like, is it broadcasting? Big kick to the body. DDT lands as well. He's got him. Forearm to the back. Keeps on going. Drops the knees on his belly. Does it again. Azriel in the ring with him, though. Takes him down to the mat. Azriel might have just saved Big Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. Midas from behind. Still under last show's card and title. That's crazy because I updated at the exact same time. So the Twitch title and the Twitch description are the exact same as what YouTube is supposed to be because I set them the exact same way. And on my end, it shows that they are correct. Oh wait, no, it shows that it says that it shows Overdrive. So hold on. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. YouTube settings didn't want to update, so they didn't update. That's crazy. Steel steps to the face of Orion, busts him open. Throwing him around on the outside. Once again, both members of the Empire of Pain getting manhandled by Orion. I'm not sure where Midas is. I think he might have been eliminated. Oh my God, he was. Azriel eliminated Midas. Oh, well, I mean, the spear from Orion probably didn't help. Orion, it's going to be very hard to get a pinfall here, brother. Punch to the face from Johnson. He's got him up on his shoulders. Big punches. Clothesline takes him down. Orion's got to go for a cover on somebody and even the fucking playing field. Throws the chair across the ring. Both men pop up at the same time. Chops across the back. Orion stopping Johnson from lifting him. He's got him by the throat. A choke slam from Orion. Gets underneath Azriel Black. Went for a gut kick. Black got out of the way. Event tracker is here for you when you miss out. I mean, I was trying to update. You said the YouTube shit didn't work. I was trying to see if it was working. And then I was like, oh, it didn't work. And then I came back and I was like, wait, where the fuck Midas at? Steel chair across the face. Stomping down on his arm. Huge knee. Big elbow to the face as well. Orion fighting like hell to stay in this match. Happened right before you flipped back over. That's what I figured. Because I knew I saw some shit happening, but I was like, what's going on? Going up to the top. Drops him down on his knee. Stomps across Orion. Big Johnson making it a show for all of UCW's fans. Orion back up to his feet. Azriel heading onto the outside. Obviously a rough predicament for him. The faster this match ends, the better. He already eliminated Midas. Giving Orion time to breathe is not what he wants. Azriel obviously not trying to take more damage in this match, though. Stomps down on his arm. Gets out from underneath it. Bouncing their heads together. Orion. Forearm to the chest. Got him once again. Throws him under the ropes. Misses. Azriel Black gives Orion the opportunity to get him out of here. Johnson on the outside with a table. Deadlifts him. Right down onto the corner of that table. He's going for a cover. Oh, yeah, especially because where they're at right now, that should be crazy. Gator roll from Orion. Ends it in a submission. I'm done in like 6 minutes and the program is still installing. Ooh, that's worrisome. Azriel with a massive combo. Drops him down onto the top of his head. Orion clips that table. Azriel out of nowhere takes him down. Baseball bat to the arm and the head. Cracks him across the back as well. Going for the cover before Johnson can get into the ring. Only a count of 2. Orion fighting for his life. Big punch knocks him down off the mat. Big kick to the face. Orion gets out of the way. Azriel Black just simply has more left in the tank. How much is he going to expend in this match and not have for his next one, though, is my question. Throws him into the barricade. Johnson falls down on the outside. Orion trying. Catches a drop kick from Azriel Black. Gets right back up to his feet. Bounced off the knee of Azriel. Throws him into Big Johnson's fist. Orion still with a reversal. German suplex. He gets folded in half. Big kicks to the face. Both men enter the ring. Orion gets caught with a baseball bat. Johnson letting loose, catches him in the face. Big kick to the body from Orion. Drops Azriel. Going for the cover. Johnson misses the drop kick. Hits him in the head the second time, though. Orion off the middle rope, top rope, all of it. Still misses. A valiant effort from Orion here, ladies and gentlemen. Big boot doesn't connect. I am Toby, gotta make sure. But Joker, you here too? How's it going, Haley? Sorry, I didn't have multi-stream chat up for some reason. I was wondering why there were messages I couldn't see. Gotta make sure both sides are behaving. Drops his knee down. Johnson right there. Oh, shit. Down onto the top of his head. 1, 2. Orion with another kick out, trying to keep the Golden Dragons in this one. Azriel's got his head trapped. We've seen that end a lot of men, ladies and gentlemen. Johnson with a guitar just in case. Orion kicks out. Gets a guitar shattered over the back of his head in a response. Up to the top rope. Main YouTube's updated, but the portrait stream is not, which is really weird. Portrait streams are wonky anyway. Throws him under the rope, but like all quality and like stream, they're fine. Like there's no skipping or lagging or anything like that. Orion on the outside with Johnson. DDT busts him open. Azriel's alone in the ring. Orion's got to get it together. Just information on your end. Cool. That's a bet. Big punches miss. Johnson right behind him. Throws him. Oh, my God. Got him by the shoulder. Takes the legs out from underneath Johnson. Chair from across the outside. Orion and Johnson body checking each other. He's got him up on his shoulders, though. Bouncing him off the ring. Poor Azriel got to pull double duty praying for you, brother. They just won't end the match. Welcome in, Toby. If you want another match card, let me know, or simply switch to the Discord channel or switch to the full screen stream on YouTube. Yeah, essentially, because it's not working for some reason. Orion gets Johnson up against the table. Oh, shit. Azriel fights out, or Orion fights out of it. Gets out of that claw. Misses the baseball bat shot as well. Spear takes down Azriel. Johnson's going underneath the ring. What? Azriel's been eliminated. It's Orion and it's Big Johnson. He eliminated Midas with that, and Orion escaped. Going up to the top. Elbow drop to Johnson. Baseball bat in the hands of Orion, letting loose, taking out some frustration that's built up in this match. Johnson knocks it out of his hand. Orion with a reversal. I saw Joker while I was coming to the Mexican restaurant I was headed to. Big spear. Going for the cover. Only a count of 2. Look at the scarring across the back of Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. The respective big boys of each team. No bread, no water, just meat. I really liked when Toby said that in chat or in Discord. That was nice. I liked that. That was good. Little Mexican for dinner. What was the order? If it wasn't a burrito with cheese on top of it, I hate to tell you, but I think you're wrong. Johnson's got Orion by the back of the head. Backbuster through the table. Up to the top. Johnson, insane athleticism, gets the rotation. Orion kicks out at 2. Johnson with that guitar from earlier. Shatters it across his arm. 3 cheese quesadillas. Hey, that's not bad. We can get down with that. Johnson's got his head trapped. Up onto his shoulder. Back onto the back of his head. I don't think Orion kicks out of this one, ladies and gentlemen. 3. Big Johnson able to take away the victory. Orion defeating one member of the team. He fought most of that match by himself. An incredible shout out to Orion of the Golden Dragons, ladies and gentlemen. That man proved why he is one of the best wrestlers in UCW. Someone let me know what I missed when I get back, please and thank you. Sounds good, Drew. Be safe. Be safe. Ladies and gentlemen, our next matchup is Rose Daniels versus Echo. This is a little bit of a precursor for the action we're going to see at All Hallows Wrath when these two women go at it for the UCW Breakdown Ironclad Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, these two women are going at it. Webcam off. Bye. Not a championship match. Like I said, just a precursor. Making her way to the ring, ladies and gentlemen, she is one of UCW's newest female signees. No, she's not. Ladies and gentlemen, she's a UCW legend. One of the greatest of all time in the UCW women's division. A valued member of this community and the roster. Ladies and gentlemen, Rose Daniels, the Ironclad champion. The women's world champion on Overdrive. The leader of the Crimson Syndicate. Hey, just because he spared you doesn't mean I'm going to spare you. Look at me. Come here. Talk to me. Look at me real quick. Go get some momentum, Leah. Tough task ahead. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, her next opponent, taking UCW's women division by storm to this point, she is the female counterpart of Elijah Baker. Getting ready to make her way down to the ring now, ladies and gentlemen, Echo. Also, for when you see this, Smokey, my bad. I forgot you asked me to remove the veins and shit like that. I got you. I could do that for you. I forgot until I saw it. She earned it. She gained and defended them titles against some terrifying women. She just can't be beat, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, UCW royalty in the building. Rose Daniels misses the forearm to start off the match. Echo trying to prove herself as somebody who could quite possibly be in that royalty conversation. Pay-per-view matches do hit. Get ready for the pay-per-view then, Toby, because this match won't be anything like the title match between these two. Pay-per-view matches hit way harder. Indeed, indeed. Indeed, indeed. I wonder why that is. Big punches to the face from Rose Daniels, automatically showing the dominance of the ironclad champion. Now, obviously, the way that things go, she will defend the Ironclad Championship earlier in the night and will defend the Breakdown Women's World Championship in the co-main event of the evening, or the Women's World Championship in the co-main event of the evening. The problem is that her challenger for the Women's World Championship on Overdrive is the Breakdown Women's World Champion. Santana Storm is walking into UCW All Hallows Wrath with the possibility of being the first woman to unify the UCW Women's Championships. If Rose Daniels is able to beat her, she becomes eligible to become the first woman to unify the Women's World Championships. But because this was not booked as a champion versus champion fight, because this was not promoted and led up to as a champion versus champion fight, Santana Storm is the #1 contender. Obviously, with Rose Daniels holding the Ironclad Championship, she's not a part of the Breakdown Women's World Division, so she couldn't move up the ranks. However, she was able to beat the champion on Sunday. That moves her into the ranks, whether I like it or not. Echo trying to take her down, only getting a count of 1, maybe 2 it looked like. Off the middle rope, misses that one. Rose Daniels trying to show her how it's done, misses as well. Got her propped against the ropes. Obviously, Echo a little bit more of a powerhouse. But she's got some athleticism behind her as well. Throwing Rose Daniels around the ring. Big drop kick to the side of the head. Champion laying in the middle of the ring. Rose Daniels looking a little lost, trying to figure out what she needs to do. Never facing Echo in her career. Rose Daniels goes on to the attack as soon as he makes it into the ring. 2 big clotheslines, looking for something else. Takes the legs out from underneath her. Classic Rose Daniels, ladies and gentlemen. Going for the cover. 2. Only a count of 2. Rose Daniels very close to putting away Echo early on in this match. Gets her by the head. Mobile. That's why I try and do the vertical streams. That's why I try and do the vertical streams. So that if you're on mobile, it looks pretty good. Because sometimes the horizontal, like the 1920 by 1080, can be pretty stretched out on smaller phones. So I try and do the vertical stream so that the match is a little bit more like in your face. That's why I try and hide me where your notifications are going to be, and like where like chat and shit will pop up. I try and put dumb shit. I try and keep the match where you're going to see it at all times. Recommend the normal stream because it wouldn't be as cramped. Yeah. I'm mesmerized now. A lot of bloodshed. Oh, yeah. Got her up on her shoulders. Big reversal from Rose. Elbows to the side of the head. Kick to the body misses. Rose with the rolling elbow doesn't. Throws the trash can down on top of her opponent. I almost said partner. Big stomps to the chest and then an elbow to the side of the face. You said crap, and I was like, wait, what's going on with mobile? What the fuck happened to mobile? I thought we were fucking good. Like, going for the cover. Echo. Only a count of 2. Keeping Rose Daniels down for a little longer than last time. Realized Wrestling Company would put away, or it would be put out a way out of, I mean, not because of anything that we say, because some of the, oh my God. The athleticism from Echo. That was a 750, wasn't it? Rose Daniels tries to go for the running knee. Runs right into the kick from Echo. Just a second, Toby. I got you. I saw what you said. Just shit's happening. Big forearm to the back. Up against the ropes. Big knee to the body. Echo with a reversal. Kickboxing is Rose Daniels' forte. Up to her feet. Big knee misses. Rose off the middle rope, catches her. Puts Echo down. Going for the cover. Only a count of 2. Once again, would it be bold for me to assume that if this was Real Life Wrestling Company, it would be put out of business? Some matches probably would have lost us sponsors that have happened. I mean, we've had some crazy-ass matches where, like, in real life, there'd be a lot of blood, and they would have gone over, like, way over on broadcasting time. But there's some of my favorite matches that we've ever had. Like Dad Trainer versus Joka, for example. They went to war. Both men were bleeding. Like, Joka's face paint was everywhere. There was pools of blood on the outside, pools of blood on the inside, and it was a 10-minute match. It was one of the biggest companies on the network that didn't like, and yet it inspired many wrestlers. Technically, I'd say AEW have done the same with homegrown talent. True. I think companies like ECW, Ring of Honor, stuff like that walked so AEW could run, and when you look at what they acquired and what they did, I mean, it's kind of evident. What's going on, Hipsta? How's it going, buddy? These two women exchanging blows in the middle of the ring, going back and forth. Rose Daniels asking for more. Big punches. A couple of people call this a hockey fight. I just say they're throwing haymakers at each other. Echo gets the upper hand. Rose Daniels stumbles. Kick off the middle rope. Using Rose Daniels' move against her, Echo busts her open and knocks her down. Rose crawling over to the corner. Big, oh my God. Knees to the back. Rose Daniels not in a good position. Can she get the shoulder up before the 3 count? No, she can't. Echo picking up the W 2 days before they face each other for the Ironclad Championship. You ready for tonight? I'm gonna need some Brawling Street King. Hey, he gonna have to bring the Brawling Street King to win that main event. You feel me? Echo, ladies and gentlemen, walking away with the W, took Rose Daniels to the limit. Rose Daniels looked distracted, though. That did not look like the women's champion that we know and love, ladies and gentlemen. I do not expect that to be how she performs on Sunday in either of her matches. Echo going into that match probably with a little bit more confidence than she should now. But I've just been doing this for a few months. What do I know? Ladies and gentlemen, next up, another member of UCW royalty. John Styles, the longest reigning Prince of Carnage champion. The man to unify the Prince of Carnage championships and the Fighting Spirit championship for the first time to become the one and only King of Carnage, is in the building defending the Prince of Carnage championship against Wal Ventura, the Prime Internet champion. Wal Ventura in a match this Monday for an opportunity at the World Heavyweight Championship. He was taken out of that match first, looking at a shot to win a main roster title here tonight in a one-on-one match. Welcome in, Ogre. Welcome in. The snaps. I love it. I love you. Love you long time. Some ECW inspired gear at the next pay-per-view. Bring up blood. Get ready for chaos. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, making their way to the ring first, he is Wal Ventura, the Prime Internet champion, the man who carries Prime on his back all around the world, carrying that championship, kind of like Logan Paul did whenever he was the United States Championship, you know? Wal Ventura, ladies and gentlemen, keeping relevance on the Prime name from the second he stepped onto the roster. Some ECW inspired gear at the upcoming pay-per-view. We have 2 pay-per-views in October, technically, because the Halloween episode is going to be a little bit of a mini pay-per-view. I have no idea what the one that's coming up. Ladies and gentlemen, making his way through gorilla position currently. He is the man, the myth, the legend, one of the hardest people to beat in UCW history. The Prince of Carnage champion, ladies and gentlemen, the style bender, John Styles, has arrived. This man right here, like I said, the first and only King of Carnage in existence. The only man to ever unify the Prince of Carnage Championship and the Fighting Spirit Championship, ladies and gentlemen. The only man to hold that championship right there in his hand for over 2 months. John Styles, ladies and gentlemen. And there it is, a better look at the Prince of Carnage Championship. Is that a plate on the backside of the title? So that's what happens whenever you put it on the strap. For me anyway, it like puts it on the back as well. Because it like makes it an image for the whole strap. It doesn't, like, it's the same thing as like you put a design or like like a pattern or anything like that on it. I've noticed it a few times. I just kind of roll with it, and yeah, reinforcement. Don't put that bitch on if it's cold. You're going to get a cold tummy. And nobody wants a cold tummy. John Styles getting ready to hand over the championship. Always going into it, wondering if this is the final time he will hold it above his head as champion. This is Ventura's first time in a real title fight on the main roster. He showed up in prime and showed out. This is just an Extreme Rules match, not a Prince of Carnage Last Man Standing match. With the greenness of Ventura, I was not sure if he was ready for something like that. As we saw with Owen Thomas, somebody who is very new to the roster, who has been dominant with the Fighting Spirit Championship, 2 times holding it, and only being on the roster for a little under 3 months. He did not even last past like 10 minutes against John Styles. Did any shenanigans happen? No, sir. No, sir. I'm used to getting smacked across my back with cold-ass chairs, so I'm sure the belt won't be too bad. I mean, fair. Echo beat Rose? Yes, that is what happened. Up against the ropes. Styles trying to take Ventura out of this match very early, using his quickness against him. Big kick to the top of the head. Gets out of the way. Ventura using his strength to his advantage. A count of 2 very early on. Styles back up to his feet. Going up to the top. Cutter connects. Out of nowhere lays out Ventura. John Styles leaping onto the outside. Eventually that's going to catch up to you, brother. Eventually your knee's going to start hurting. Like, you're going to have a problem when that adds up. Ventura knocks the chair out of his hands. Big forearm to the back. Styles throws him into the corner. Referee walks right into my camera shot. We got to talk to whoever's on hard camera, man. They just be getting right behind the referee. If you try to get her number, bro, just say that. But don't do it on my clock, please. John Styles goes over the ropes, gets sent outside. Ventura up to the top rope. Big elbow drop to the chest of John Styles. Gets him onto his shoulders. Onto the back of his head. John Styles takes Ventura down to the mat. Another DDT, Ventura. He goes underneath the ring. Some of these are the types of matches Kenny Omega puts on a random Tuesday, and I mean that in a good way. I mean, those random pop-up Kenny Omega matches that are just absolutely insane are some of my favorite matches. It's those matches that are on, like, Monday Night Raw that you didn't expect to be good at all, that, like, had you on the edge of your seat the whole time that, in my opinion, makes wrestling so damn good. And it's also kind of set DDT onto the handle and the head of that sledgehammer. John Styles is busted open, but it also kind of sets us up for like failure, especially with like pay-per-views and stuff like that, because in my opinion, pay-per-views, every match should have that on the edge of your seat feel. There should be a story, there should be something that built up to it, there should be more than just these two guys are going to fight. Granted, you're going to have filler matches, you're going to have stuff like that, but my objective with UCW and the UVWF and every EFED that I'm a part of, as far as creative anyway, is to put all of you on the edge of your seat. I want you to feel like I did when I was 10 years old and some crazy shit happened. I want you to feel like I did when Shawn Michaels beat fucking Ric Flair at WrestleMania 25? Or was that the Taker match? Hey, don't talk to me about dates. Hit my signature phrase, UCW. It wouldn't be a Styles match without him being bust open. I mean, it's a fact. John Styles is a glutton for bleeding, apparently. Big reversals, though, on the outside. Down onto the top of his head, Wall Vintora. Every time Styles gets going, that strength comes right back out of Vintora. Kendo stick in hand. Vintora making his way over to Styles. Styles trying to get up to his feet. Vintora throws the stick at him instead. Styles gets sent around on the outside. Big elbow misses. Styles now the one doing the throwing. Stomping down on the ankle. John Styles trying to pick apart Wall Vintora. I think he's figured out that he can't out-strength Vintora. I think he knows that he can outrun Vintora, but I don't think he knows how to beat him quite yet. John Styles quite often will kind of play possum with his opponents and then show up out of nowhere at the very end with something like that. Take him down onto the outside and let the match be predominantly where things hurt more. And then once the match makes its way back into the ring, he comes out of nowhere and ends it. Big elbow drop. Well, dropping Ventora's elbow down onto the apron. We're going to call it an elbow drop. If we got a problem. Big punch to the body. Bouncing him off the ring post, Vintora. Now that he's back up onto his feet, wreaking a little bit of havoc, drops the knee across the chest of Styles. Throws him back into the ring. As I said, this is where Styles tends to pop out of nowhere. Forearm to the face, misses. Vintora gets out of the way of that one. I like making sure front row means front row. Vintora using that strength against him. Looked like he was going to go for a Made in the Asylum, the major move of John Styles. He missed, though. Big elbow to the face. Styles is bleeding. Up onto his shoulders once again. That's a long fall for Styles. Vintora heads outside. Styles does the same. Catches his breath for just a second. Makes his way back in. Vintora with a table. Styles gets out of the way. Forearm to the face. Drops Vintora. Going for the cover. One. Only. Okay, well, I better say the ref better count that as a fucking count of one. Your hand hit the mat, lady. I don't know how you keep ending up in my arena, but we ain't gonna talk about it right now. I'm pretty sure I fired you like 3 times. Off the middle rope, Styles catches him. Reverse DDT. Goes back onto the outside. Getting the crowd behind him. Through the ropes. In a very weird way. I don't know how I feel about how you just climb through those ropes like that, bro. Goes the stomp on the hand of Vintora. Misses. Roll up cover from Vintora. Only a count of 1. Styles still in this match. Trying to get up to his feet. Big punch to the face. Vintora drops him down onto his neck. The neck of Styles catching on the metal bit of that table. Styles gets out of the way. Big punch misses. Vintora has him up on his shoulder. Drops him off the top rope. Got him by the back of the head. Styles with a huge elbow. Gets the reversal. Running forearm. Takes down Vintora. Going for the sledgehammer. He's got him. Chicken wing. Going for another cover. Styles breaks out at one once again. Big punches from Vintora. Styles loves this part. Big chops to the chest. Eats it and keeps on going. Vintora catches it. Hits him twice. While Vintora getting a little bit of momentum here. Big uppercut. I always made sure my character was in any universe mode I made because I wanted to fulfill my dream of being a WWE superstar in that game, but caring to my autism and ADHD. I mean, yeah, that it definitely puts a damper on things, especially just because like sensory overload and stuff like that. So I understand that, but nothing is impossible. I will tell you that if you really want it bad enough, there are avenues that you can take to somehow live that dream, and I hope that you do that because everybody deserves to live their dream. Going through the table, Styles. You have a fan blowing into your mic by chance? Not anymore. Sorry, it's like 90 degrees outside. In the middle of, like, it's in the fucking beginning of October. I remember when it was cold outside in October. That shit was crazy, right? Big punch to the face. Uppercut to the back of the head. Styles makes his way up to his feet. Gets out of the way. Chops across the chest. Big kick. Headbutt lands as well. Styles with a classic combo. Sledgehammer in hand, asking for more from Vintora. Styles still very much in this match. Throws the hammer across the ring. He's got Vintora trapped in that corner. Tripping like I know we got storms here, but I swear I could hear wind inside my headphones. Yeah, no, it's all good. I got rid of it. We Gucci. Off the ropes. That might have done more damage to Styles than it did to Vintora, but if he wins the match, doesn't matter. Going for the cover. 2. Only a count of 2. Big kick to the top of the head. Styles standing up. Vintora trying to keep him down. Throws him into the ropes. Kitchen sink sends him over his knee. Going for another cover. Only a count of 2. Styles still in it. Vintora gets him back up to his feet once again. Up onto his shoulders. Vintora showing off for the crowd now. Dumps him down. While Vintora going for a submission. He's got John Styles trapped in the middle of the ring. Not a situation we've seen Styles in many times. Vintora lets the hold go. Throws it into the ring. Back through the ropes, Wall Vintora. Styles gets out of the way. Gets behind Vintora with a reversal. Up onto his shoulders once again. John Styles flips him over, going for the cup. No! Drops him down. While Vintora laid out in the middle of the ring, John Styles trying to walk out with the W. Will it happen? No, it won't. Only a count of 2. Got him by the back of the head. Bounces his face off the top turnbuckle. Big punch. John Styles looking for something huge. Goes up to the top rope. Oh, shit. In the middle of the ring. Going for the cover on Vintora. 3. John Styles, in a dominating fashion, once again defends the Prince of Carnage Championship. successfully. Putting Wall Vintora down with one of the biggest moves we've ever seen in UCW. Referee hands the championship back over to him. John Styles looking just a little bit more thankful than usual that that championship came back home. I can count on one hand how many times I've seen a super finisher occur naturally. That is the first one that we have had in UCW, I believe. John Styles, ladies and gentlemen, booking his ticket to All Hallows Wrath. He's become quite consistent in the minds of fans of UCW. We all know we can count on Mr. John Styles to show up and deliver an amazing match. My friend's church is a wrestling promotion, and he was talking to me about it, and he sounded excited about getting me a contract to sign an indie company. He reached out to me in High Point, North Carolina? Maybe? Not bad, brother. I mean, get in shape, learn how to do it correctly, make sure that you know how to stretch and, like, protect yourself and protect other people. And, I mean, chase that shit, dog. Theoretically, what's stopping you? Scared the hell out of me, but I gave my respect regardless. Hey, bro, he scared the me too. I was like, he gonna walk away with the dub. That's crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, this match right here is the losers bracket match for the Bound by Blood Tag Team Classic. Nolan and Ethan Omega will be taking on Carlos Gonzalez and Isaac Ramirez. The winners of this match will move on to All Hallows Wrath to join the finals to make it a triple threat. Ladies and gentlemen, balling out, Carlos Gonzalez and Isaac Ramirez. The Omega brothers, Nolan and Ethan Omega, your first ever tag team Extreme champions. Go get that dream and make that shit a reality. Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, making their way to the ring first, they are your former UCW Tag Team Extreme champions. Your first ever Tag Team Extreme champions. Making their way down to the ring, ladies and gentlemen, Ethan and Nolan Omega. Did I download that shit? I mean, what? I didn't hear that. Your boy needs a bathroom break. You're good, brother. You're good. Nolan and Ethan Omega, ladies and gentlemen, two of UCW's best. Making their way to the ring next, a standout tag team in UCW. Two of our newest and quickly becoming two of the best, ladies and gentlemen. Carlos Gonzalez, Isaac Ramirez, balling out. I think what else is bold if I mean, hey, there ain't nothing wrong with losing. In my opinion, it's how you come back from losses that proves who you really are. You feel me? Ballin out, ready in the middle of the ring. Nolan and Ethan Omega standing across from them. What the fuck? Why did I get sent? What the freak? I think things happening again, guys. I think Brad and Ogre are here. I don't like this.
Tick.
It always happens.
Talk. Tick. Talk. You feel that, Omegas? Huh? That little shiver running down your spine? That voice in your ear that whispers, don't do this. That ain't fear, boys. That's a warning, Nolan. Especially to Nolan. That's your body telling you, you stepped into the wrong woods. You see, me and my brother Ogre, we don't just wander these parts. Nah. See, we own the darkness. And the shadows bend at our will. The trees, well, they whisper our names and they say Radcore, Ogre, Sick House, Funhouse, Monsters, Destroyers. We are not men you challenge. We are plagues that you will have to endure. Endure? Endure. You're not going to endure anything. You'll crumble. You'll break. You'll scream until your lungs catch fire. Welcome to the Sick House, Omegas. Your bones are the foundation of which we crush. Omegas. The end. But the end, it belongs to us. In all seriousness, it does. I promise you it does. You see, because I don't speak in riddles. I don't sing songs. I break and I devour. And when I'm finished, there will be nothing left of you but dust. And the funny thing about the end is that it doesn't come with a trumpet. It don't come with angels singing from the sky. It comes quiet. It comes slow. It comes wearing a smile. Mine. My smile. And you've invited it in. You've opened the door. You asked us to come. And now, there ain't no going back. So, Omegas, we accept your little challenge. Omegas, we accept it with open arms, with blood in our teeth, with fire in our hearts. But you will understand this. When the bell tolls, you ain't facing men. You're facing a prophecy. You're facing the sickness, the beast, and the revelation. You're facing the only truth left in this rotten, dying world. Welcome to my world. Tick tock.
What the fuck? Ladies and gentlemen, I have just received word that if Nolan and Ethan Omega lose this match here tonight, they will have to renegotiate contracts for UCW, and the possibility of them not being a tag team is on the line, because of the demands of Radcore and Ogre in order to retrieve the United Tag Team Championships That is one of the stipulations, that if the Nolan and Ethan Omega cannot win here tonight, they will have to renegotiate contracts. We do need to get security for the computers. That did happen. It was not a fever dream. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get right back into the match between Nolan and Ethan Omega and Ballin out, Carlos Gonzalez and Isaac Ramirez. Ladies and gentlemen, these guys have been going at it in the ring. There is no telling what is going on in there. Big punches to the back of the head. Let's get some type of music playing again. It happens more and more often. Big kick to the side of the head from Ethan Omega. Carlos heads outside. Isaac gets dropped on the top of his head by Nolan. Ethan up to the top rope. Big knee drop. These two men have no idea that their contract is up for negotiation if they lose this match, ladies and gentlemen. They have been in the ring the whole time. They have no way of knowing what just took over broadcast. DDT from Nolan Omega. Gonzalez heads off the top rope and misses. Big kick to the body. Throws Ethan Omega around. Nolan on the inside, putting in work against Ramirez. Big kick to the side of the head. He gets back up to his feet. Heads onto the outside. Wants Nolan back up. Gonzalez on the outside with Ethan Omega. Ramirez rolling on the inside now. Nolan makes it up to his feet. Floats over. DDT. Gonzalez gets caught with a big punch. Kick to the back of the head as well. Forearms to the face. Gonzalez right there, ladies and gentlemen, put on a hell of a show, proving why Ballin Out is going to be one of the best tag teams in UCW history, but why he is already a UCW legend for his performance on Monday. That man looked like a superhero. Steel chair in hand. Big drop kick to Nolan. Nolan takes his legs out from underneath him. Big punches. Clothesline takes down Nolan. He did. He took an ungodly beating and came so close to winning that match. Over the top rope. Takes down Nolan Omega. Big punch to the face from Nolan. Underneath the ropes, Nolan Omega on the outside. Ethan joining. Trying to get back into the ring. Once Gonzalez back up onto his feet. Yeah, that was madness. That match was crazy. Big punch to the face. Breakout performance for sure if I ever saw one. It was a great match. It was incredible. Big drop kick from Nolan. Takes down Ramirez. Table in hand. Ethan catches him with a kick to the body. Into the table. Big elbow lands. Clothesline takes him down. Up to the middle rope. Nolan with a baseball bat on the outside. Going at Ramirez. Double axe handle. Does not connect. Ethan with a reversal. Knocks the table, one leg out from underneath the table. Going over the top rope. Nolan went for Ramirez and he missed. Ethan's got Ramirez now. Drops the back of the head across his knee. Nolan with a reversal. Broke the ceiling for underdogs and showed out. Across the body. Gonzalez onto the table. Going for the cover at the same time as Ethan Omega. Both men only get a 1 count. Ethan heads over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez ready for him. Up onto his shoulders. Walking across the ring. Is he good at acting? No, he just got his ass beat. And he just kept on getting up. That's probably the best tag team match in UCW history. Was that match with Ballin out. Chair shot across the head of Ethan Omega. Going up to the top rope, Gonzalez has his sights set on Nolan. Nolan gets out of the way. Big drop kick takes down Gonzalez. Into the table. Nolan's got Gonzalez right there. He's done this to Adam Thomas before, ladies and gentlemen. DDT lands. Big punch to the back of the head. Drops him down across the table. Ramirez going for the cover. Nolan too focused on Gonzalez. Only a count of one. Ethan able to kick out. The guy who did the unexpected promo, who was that? I was asking about if he was a good actor. Oh, Rad's an incredible actor. Do not listen to what he says about himself. Rad is great at this shit. Rad can do voices. Rad's funny as fuck. Don't listen to what he says about himself. That man is an incredible man. He's an incredible actor, voice actor, all that shit. Dude embraces Spike Dudley mentality. Ramirez over the top rope. Sling blade from Nolan, though. Going for a cover. 2. Only a count of 2. Big kick to the body from Nolan. Hits him with a DDT. Going for the cover on Ramirez this time. Ethan Omega on the outside. Ramirez able to kick out at 2 as well. Gonzalez headed up to his feet. Ramirez trying to get out of the ring. Another sling blade lands. Going for the cover. No. Gonzalez stays in this one, kicking out at 2.95. Omega going for a submission. Ramirez looks comfortable. He doesn't look like he's trapped. He's not squirming. Fighting back. Big knees to the back of the head. He's able to get out of it. Brad is one of the most genuine dudes you will meet. He knows exactly what voice a character needs and knows damn well how to tell a story. Fact. Up onto his shoulders. Big knee to the face of Ramirez. Ethan going for another cover. Gonzalez right there to break it up. Saving his partner. Nolan coming back into the ring with a steel chair. Gonzalez needs to turn around. Catches a steel chair to the back of the head. He was going for a leg drop. Ramirez did not hit it. Nolan misses the move. Lands on top of the door. Ethan Omega with a reversal. Gonzalez gets a count of 1 against Nolan. Big punch to the face. Ethan with a kick to the body and a punch to the head. Drops him across the door. Ethan Omega setting up the table in the middle of the ring. Once again, Nolan going at it with Isaac on the outside. Carlos still laying down on the outside as well. I might need him to be my teacher for promos so I don't stutter. Hey, get it. I mean, I'm not going to say he's going to do it because, like, I'm not going to offer someone services for them. It's not my, place to speak for anybody or, say anything for anybody without them being here or anything like that. But he's, watch what he does and listen and just, observe. You are bound to pick up something. That Cloud City RP Discord link is expired. Yeah, I figured. I think it was only a 7-day one. It was before I could make longer ones. I'll go in and change it. Thank you, Droofy. Are you trying to join? Because I can send you the link as soon as I get done in this bitch. I can send you a DM. Don't even worry about that. We can get you in there. Yeah, there we go. Going for another leg drop on the outside. Ramirez misses. Gonzalez on the inside with Ethan Omega. Works him once again. Neck breaker onto the steel chair. Ramirez heading onto the inside. Nolan Omega laying lifeless on the outside. Big kick to the body. Leg drop onto the corner of the door from Ramirez. Welcome in, Nelly. Welcome in, brother. How are you doing? Great stream earlier today. I hope you are doing incredible. Joker, if we could get a shout out for Mr. Nelly B Gaming, I would appreciate it. And then you know what? Give yourself a shout out too. What's good, EG? Nothing much, brother. What's good with you? Big punch to the back of the head. Chop to the chest as well. Oh my God. Gonzalez on the other side of the ring. Ramirez has got Ethan Omega. Oh, okay. Nolan Omega able to kick out at 2. Throws him into the corner. Ethan Omega taking a second to taunt in the face of Carlos Gonzalez. Big punch to the back of the head. Going for another submission on the inside. He's got his head trapped. Gonzalez starting to squirm. Ramirez saves him that time. Big kick to the head and chest of Ethan Omega. Nolan Omega sneaks up right behind him, saving his younger brother. Dropping Ramirez face first into the mat. My ankle itches. Ethan Omega waiting for Ramirez to stand. Ramirez with a reversal. Takes out the leg of Ethan Omega. Gets caught by the steel chair as soon as he turns around. Ethan and Nolan Omega move like a pack of dogs in these tornado tag matches. Chair shot misses. Big elbows to the body. Bouncing the table off his face. Sets the table up. Gonzalez going for Ethan Omega. Rotates him. I'm going to call that the rotisserie chicken. Hey, the best viewers are free viewers. Thank you. Head trap. Big punch to the top of the head. Goes over the top rope. Mini promo moment. Go follow Nelly B Gaming if you have not already. The dude can make you break RP and still be one of the nicest guys in stream. Facts. Facts. Double axe handle. Into the corner. Up to the top rope. Isaac Ramirez. Carlos Gonzalez. Carlos mimicking what Ethan did to him. Nolan catches him DDT into the chair. Ramirez puts Ethan through a table at the exact same time. Reversal from Ramirez stopping Nolan Omega into the carnage. I only shouted myself out because the streamer told me to. Yeah, no, I did. So, yeah, I was about to say, you did it, right? You don't have to follow if you don't want to. No, follow Joker. Follow him. Follow him and be nice, or we're going to have a problem. Ethan Omega with a neckbreaker on the inside of the ring. Nolan Omega gets throwing Gonzalez around on the outside. I don't remember who I was talking about. Stomping down on his leg. Going up to the top. No, Ethan Omega decides not to. Goes over the top rope and connects. Takes down Ramirez. Nolan misses, though. Ethan working on the legs of Gonzalez. Follow or else. Exactly, yeah. Off the top rope, elbow lands. Going for the cover. Only a count of 2. Double axe handle misses. Big punches from Nolan. Him and Ramirez having an exchange. Gonzalez laying in the middle of the ring. Hurricane Rana from Nolan Omega takes down Ramirez. Ethan stands up. Or not Ethan. Ramirez. Carlos. No. Fuck. I forgot. I fucked up. I'm at a soccer game, but I had to tap in. Thank you, Nelly. I appreciate it, brother. I hope the soccer game goes great. I hope the little girl wins. Carlos gets eliminated. After the incredible performance that he put on Monday, he gets eliminated. It is now up to Isaac Ramirez, ladies and gentlemen, to win this for Ballin Out. I'm here, but I gotta yell at the other people's kids. Hey, that's fair. That's fair. Do you. Do what you need to do. Nolan Omega and Ethan Omega going at it now. Hold on. Face ID work, bro. Y'all have that problem where like shit just don't don't recognize your face at all? Even though I don't look any different than I did when I set up my phone. Big headbutt from Ethan Omega. Crazy situation. Bro, I do like an hour worth of research every day trying to get him back into the city. I don't know what's going on. Crossbody from Ethan Omega. Baseball bat to the back of the head. Chop to the throat. Big knees. Punch to the face of Nolan. Ramirez lays out the older brother of the Omegas. Ethan with a kick takes him down as soon as he makes it into the ring. Elbow drop lands. I'm looking into it. Same. Yeah, I'm going to say, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Big kick to the side of the head of Ethan Omega. Nolan Omega back up to his feet now, though. Over the top rope, Ramirez misses. Nolan right there with a kick. Chair shot to the body. Goes underneath the rope. I thought short-haired Omega was on the other team for a second. I was so confused. Yeah, him and Gonzalez kind of looked the same for a second. Ramirez with a reversal. Ethan Omega gets out of the way. Chop across the chest. Ramirez with a second of hope. Might be able to get one of the brothers out of this. I feel like this is my shit just failing to download or load that custom screen for character selection. It doesn't load, it just keeps the error screen on, and the screen in the gameplay is where it not be able to be seen. I've seen a lot of stuff where it's about custom graphics and custom loading screens. I have. I'm just not sure why, because the fixes that we found for you have worked for a lot of people, and like I've sent you a couple of different fixes, and those are like the main go-to solutions, and none of them have worked. So like now I'm starting to have to like piece stuff together myself, and like I'm by no means a software engineer or a coder or a developer of anything other than like fake wrestling content that I didn't have to make the game for. So like I'm trying. Ramirez gets, oh my God, knocks the guitar out of Nolan Omega's hand, needs to get him back into the ring. Rad might be my favorite promo worker along with CM Punk. He's damn good. He is damn good. Both have a unique style. Very true. The comparison with CM Punk is crazy. Wait, no, we ain't gonna skip past that. Hold on. You talking about pipe bomb CM Punk, right? Like not now CM, like old, like older CM Punk, right?
What do they mean?
Ronnie, thank you for the follow. Welcome in, welcome in. How'd you find us? This is UCW Breakdown, our Friday night Extreme Wrestling show. I hope you enjoy your time here. If you've been lurking, I hope you enjoyed that as well. Thank you for dropping the follow. I hope to see you again. Show up on Sunday. That is our next pay-per-view, All Hallows Wrath. And then we're going to have one on Halloween as well. But that, again, that's not a pay-per-view. It's like that's just Breakdown, but like Halloween themed. But no, thank you for following, brother or sister. Welcome in. Welcome in. Toby. I'm assuming you're typing. We're going to get back into the match. Nolan catches him. Ethan goes to break that guitar on him. What's on the card for tonight? Nolan Omega with an attitude adjustment. Isaac Ramirez. 2. Only a count of 2. So this is the second to last match of the night. We had the last semifinals for the Bound by Blood Tag Team Classic. Azrael Black and Big Johnson moved on to go to All Hallows Wrath in the finals. Rose Daniels was defeated by Echo. That was the go-home match for their match at All Hallows Wrath. Rose Daniels is going into All Hallows as the champion. And then John Styles beat Wall Vintora in an insane-ass way with a huge move, probably the biggest move we've ever seen in UCW. And it was insane. And then we've got this match right here, which is the loser's bracket for the Bound by Blood Tag Team Classic. The winner of this match will go on to join the finalists of the tag team, or the Bound by Blood Tag Team Classic, to make it a triple threat tag team match. But if the Omegas lose here tonight, their contracts are up for renegotiation in UCW, and they might not be a tag team anymore. And then after that, we've got the main event, which is Azrael Black working double duty, taking on King Hipsta, Drake Frost, and Scott Taylor in a fatal 4-way elimination match to decide the #1 contender for the Breakdown World Championship. Over the top rope. Nolan on the top rope. Ramirez on the outside. This is not a good position. Hurricane Rana off the top. Ramirez goes down. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it is safe to say that if this is not a Bound by Blood tag team match, if this is a regular tag team rules match, this match goes completely different. It is the Wolfpack mentality of the Omegas that has won them this match here. Isaac Ramirez and Carlos Gonzalez both putting on incredible performances 1-on-2. Keep in mind, Carlos did this all on Monday. Isaac is doing exactly what he did on Monday right now. Pre-pipe bomb? Yeah. I completely agree with what you're saying. Then, great promoist. He's still pretty fucking good, but he stumbles over his words a little bit more. He's a little bit older. He's trying to sound hip and shit. Like, I mean, I get it. You got to be that way, but like at the same time, don't be that way. Straight edge punk. Oh yeah. Nolan Omega onto the shoulders, going for the submission on the outside. Ramirez in a bad position. If he was on the inside, he would have lost, ladies and gentlemen. The Omegas would be moving on, but he wasn't. Ethan Omega did that on the outside. Chair shot to the back from Nolan. If this is anything like the fate of Ricky Thomas, ladies and gentlemen, he did the same thing to Tony Tornado, and he is no longer the Continental Champion. Enjoy the stay, enjoy the show, and please don't be afraid to say hi. Exactly. Big kick to the back. Ethan Omega lurking around on the outside. Nolan Omega working around him, throws Ramirez into that guitar. Big knee to the side of the leg. Keeps him coming. Ethan Omega trying to keep him down. Gets out of the way once again. Reversal to Nolan Omega. I don't care what anyone says. Punk's is still cool in my eyes. I mean, I'm not saying he's not cool. You know, I'm just, he's not as cool as he was. Ramirez goes up to the top rope. Ethan trying to knock him off the top rope. Isaac can't seem to get him done. Double axe handle takes down Ethan Omega, but Nolan pulls him back onto the outside. Isaac is trying his damnedest to keep his team in the Bound by Blood Tag Team Classic, ladies and gentlemen. Nolan Omega with a guitar on the out. Oh my God! Out of nowhere. Isaac Ramirez focused on Nolan Omega. Ethan Omega right behind him. Big elbow. Into the ring post. Oh my God, Nolan just kicked Ethan in the back of the head. Ramirez gets thrown into the ring. Nolan with a guitar. Ethan flanking him on the other side. Shatters it across his arm. Going for the cover on Ramirez, ladies and gentlemen. We might be seeing the end of this. 3. Nolan and Ethan Omega stay together as a tag team and move on to join the finalists of the Bound by Blood Tag Team Classic. Ladies and gentlemen, Nolan and Ethan Omega finally winning back their opportunity at their Tag Team Extreme Championships, or at least that's how they see it in their eyes. Nolan turning on Ethan, Midas and Orion hitting each other. What is going on with the teams? Exactly. These are two of UCW's biggest staple tag teams. They're looking sloppier in the ring. They're attacking each other. They're getting slipped up on moves. I'm not sure what's going on with the Lucha Dragons or with the Omegas, but ever since their interactions with Ragcore and Ogre, ladies and gentlemen, they seem more aggressive to others. They seem more aggressive to themselves. I'm quite worried about the mental state of all 4 of those men. But ladies and gentlemen, we've got the biggest match of the night. It is that time of night where I get to tell you that it is time for the main event of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, Drake Frost takes on Azriel Black. Azriel Black takes on King Hipsta, and King Hipsta takes on Scott Taylor in a fatal 4-way elimination match. The winner of this match will walk out with the #1 contender spot for the Breakdown World Championship to take on Dad Trainer this Sunday. Let's get right into this shit. Ladies and gentlemen, making their way down to the ring first, I believe it is once again. Oh wait, no. This might be somebody else. Ladies and gentlemen, the brother-in-law of the Prince of Carnage, the brother of the Women's Heritage Champion, Drake Frost, making his way up from wherever the hell he's coming from right now. Oh, wait, no. Sometimes that happens. I already gave Azriel Black a lot of flowers earlier. We're a little late in his entrance. But, ladies and gentlemen, Azriel Black, the first ever Deathlock champion. Azriel Black, ladies and gentlemen, the man who moved on to the finals of the Bound by Blood Tag Team Classic earlier this evening, working double duty, coming out first. This man right here. Once again, I can't tell you how much of a legend in UCW he is. Has the lighting on the screens. See, I thought he had the Finn Balor thing, but I think he does. I'm remembering him not having it now. Shit happens. We out here. Azriel Black, ladies and gentlemen, ready for whatever comes his way in this match. Making their way down to the ring next, ladies and gentlemen, another UCW legend. A legend everywhere. This man has done things in every EFED he's ever been a part of. A multi-time champion, ladies and gentlemen, King Hipsta once again looking at an opportunity at the Breakdown World Heavyweight Championship. Even though it's not the World Heavyweight Championship. But don't talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, the next man making his way down to the ring. A legend on UCW Prime, a former junior heavyweight champion. Maybe not, no? Is the Rey Mysterio thing? Drake Frost? There we go. There he is. I'm full of shit tonight, ladies and gentlemen. If you can't tell, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm a professional at this. And I'm not stumbling over, some shit. Ladies and gentlemen, making his way down to the ring, the brother-in-law of the Prince of Carnage. The brother of the Women's Heritage Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, Drake Frost. Another opportunity at being #1 contender. This man right here representing his whole family. Ambiance music builds up. Here comes John Cena. You won't see that here, Onyx. I'm sorry, buddy. UCW is completely independent from WWE. I try not to use anything or anyone who has ever been in WWE. A lot of these people are actually community members. That's the cool part. Are we getting a stream again? I enjoyed being there while you were playing GTA last night. Are we getting another one? Actually, what am I doing? Joker, I can do it. Wasn't Rey Mysterio WWE, so like I used like the Titantron shit. We can't I can't get past that. There's only so much you can do as far as assets that are in the game. And modding it's illegal. So like as far as like intro musics and stuff like that, like we can't really get past a lot of it. So like Rey Mysterio's Titantron is gonna play whenever Scott Taylor comes out, but Scott Taylor isn't Rey Mysterio. But no, Joker, if you're here and not busy, can we get Onyx a shout out? This man right here, okay, bet, appreciate you. This man started his streaming journey. He's trying to become an affiliate, at least I think, because if you're streaming, why wouldn't you want to get paid for it? Let's get this man paid. Let's get him to where he needs to be. Ladies and gentlemen, making his way down to the ring right now, Scott Taylor. a former junior heavyweight champion on Prime. This man right here is known around the world in every indie, in every deathmatch themed wrestling company. You have seen Scott Taylor, ladies and gentlemen, making his way down to the ring right now for an opportunity at his first ever world championship in UCW. Not just Scott Taylor, Scott Wild Thing Taylor. Scott the Wild Thing Taylor. Scott the Maverick Taylor. He's got a couple of different names. It's like Seth freaking Taylor. Ladies and gentlemen, that makes 4, and what that means is this match is about to be underway. 4 men will go to war for an opportunity to be one man who will face Dad Trainer at UCW All Hallows Wrath. You know how Michael Cole would say the Wild Thing part every damn time like someone is holding his family hostage? Oh, yeah. And he'd say it more hyped up than he says their actual name. I leave the nicknames out sometimes. I don't think they're needed all the time. And I forget that he's the... I've kind of let Scott the Wild Thing Taylor be like the HIW persona. Even though the luchas and stuff like that are... Like, we're still getting that all developed. But I've kind of let him, like, the Wild Thing part be more of the HIW thing. To fit more in with like the high impact and kind of how he looks in HIW. Drake Frost going for a cover on Azriel very early. Not even a count of 1. Cousin of Tim the Toolman Taylor. Hey. Scott was going for a cutter off the middle rope, it looked like. Scott Wild Thing Taylor is attacking Azriel from behind. Yeah. He'd fit it in every chance he could. Make that sentence longer. Fill up more airspace. Get Bruce Pritchard in the big punch to the face. Raking the nails across the back of Azriel Black. Scott Taylor with a big punch to the top of the head. Busts him open. Dropkick from Drake Frost. Sets him off his feet, though. Gets out of the way of that forearm. Big rocket kick from Scott Taylor. Hurricane Rana takes him down. Forearm to the face. Scott Taylor goes down.
His name is John C.
The earmuffs on my headset rumble when that shit plays, bro. Like, my ears are literally inside these bitches. Hits a suplex and all you get is Wild Thing Scott Taylor. Wild Thing Taylor. Doing what Scott Wild Thing Taylor does. Going for the cover. Azriel Black trying to take out Scott the Wild Thing Taylor. Going for the German suplex. Azriel takes down Hipsta. Big kick to the top of the head. Hipsta can never be counted out in matches like this. Tending to come out of nowhere, eliminate 2 people, and get to the very end very quickly. Hipsta is always someone to watch in UCW. I have a new nickname idea. Big punches to the face. Azriel catches him. An axe kick from Azriel Black, taking his heel to the top of the head. Hipsta goes down. Taylor going for a cover. Drake Frost, count of 2, kicks out. Got to make that 10-minute YouTube video with 1 match sequence. Gets out of the way. Big punch to the face. Big elbow as well. He's got him up on his shoulders. Drops him down on top of the barricade. Scott the Menace Taylor. It's not bad. I've got a couple of different ideas for like rebrands for him and stuff like that. I have lots of ideas for lots of things. Big chair shot. Hipsta takes down Taylor. Knee drop. Going for the cover. Chair shot to the back. Azriel gets out of the way. Hipsta trying to lock up with Azriel Black. These 2 men have gone at it before. Going for a roll-up cover. Big kick to the body. Into the barricade. Azriel misses the kick to the face. Big elbows to the body. Up onto his shoulders. Elbows land. Hipsta with a reversal. Azriel gets out of the way. Big punch takes him down. Drake Frost showing off for the crowd. No, PlayStation, I didn't say anything that you needed to do.
Game help isn't available.
No, thank you. Is this an elimination style or regular fatal four-way? Elimination style. Personally, I don't really like regular fatal four-ways, so I try and do eliminations whenever I can. Scott Taylor almost takes out King Hipsta. Hits it. Bouncing the face of Drake Frost off the outside apron. Going for a cover on him now. 1, 2. Azriel Black breaks up the cover. Going ham with the chair across the back of Scott Taylor. Big punches to the body. He's got him by the back of the head. Hipsta bounces the back and the bottom of the shoulders of Scott Taylor off the barricade. Drake Frost going at it with Azriel Black now. This is a horrible camera angle, but there's not really a way to get like all 4 people in it because they're like on opposite sides of the ring. 2K, do better. Give me different camera angles. Like different than the ones you already gave us. Scott Taylor and Azriel Black laid out on the other side, on the sides of the ring. Hipsta takes the steps. Knocks him out of Drake Frost's hand. Drake with a reversal. Big clothesline. Knee to the side of the head. Once Hipsta up on his feet. Drake Frost with him in his sights. Scott Taylor drops the forearm across the chest of Azriel Black. Drake Frost goes into the steel steps. Big kicks. Knee to the face to end it off. Hipsta almost goes down. Gives Frost just enough time to get him on his shoulders. He gets the reversal. Throws him into Taylor. Getting out of the way. Azriel Black running into the ring. Nails across his back. Frost has got Hipsta once again. Hipsta gets out of the way. Azriel takes down Scott Taylor. Going for Drake Frost now. Big elbows to the body. Scott Taylor gets back into the ring. Goes back over the ropes. Heads onto the outside. Once again, Azriel Black has got Drake Frost up on his shoulders. Dumps him into the barricade. Big forearm to the face. Takes down Scott Taylor. Scott Taylor. DDT on the outside. Drake Frost has got Azriel Black. Big knee to the face. And then taking a second to dance on him. Scott Taylor walking over. Drake Frost going for the cover on Azriel Black. Not even a count of 1. Scott Taylor. Big running senton. Chop to the chest. Taylor gets out of the way. Hits him once again, going for the cover on Hipsta. Only a count of 2. Scott Taylor can't get it done. Going back to that sledgehammer. Decides not to. Running away from Drake Frost for a second. Gets caught with a massive kick to the face. Scott Taylor is laid out. Forearm to the face from Hipsta. Takes down Drake Frost. Getting the crowd behind him. Scott Taylor back up to his feet. Hipsta fired up. Kick to the body, slap to the face. Drake Frost with a reversal. He's behind him. King's crossing on the outside. Going for the cover on Drake Frost. He's been eliminated. Ladies and gentlemen, Drake Frost has been eliminated from the Breakdown World Championship picture for All Hallows Wrath. This match is now between Azriel Black, Scott Taylor, and King Hipsta. Drake Frost making his way to the back room. King Hipsta keeping the pressure on Scott Taylor. Working the arm and the head. Taylor with a reversal, flips him over his shoulder. Hurricane Rana from Taylor. Table in hand, Scott Taylor slides it under the ropes. Hipsta right behind him. Drops him down flat on his body. Azrael Black sneaks up behind him, throws him into the barricade, going for the cover on Scott Taylor. Only a count of 1. Big knees to the body, miss, kick to the leg. Elbow from Azrael Black. Scott Taylor stumbles, sneaks up behind Hipsta. Hits him on the outside, going for the cover. 1, 2. Only a count of 2 once again, ladies and gentlemen. Drake Frost standing outside watching the match. Awkwardly, Scott Taylor walking over to Azrael Black. Hits him. The same move that he took out Drake Frost with. Only a count of 1, Azrael Black. Clothesline from Scott Taylor takes down Hipsta. Throws him back into the ring. Taylor decides to go after Hipsta instead. He's in the corner, waiting for him to stand. Ladies and gentlemen, what are we about to see? Drop kick misses. Hipsta gets out of the way. Taylor goes down onto the backside of that table. Sneaks up behind him. Throws him over the ropes. Azrael Black out of nowhere. Hurricane Rana sends Scott Taylor across the ring. Azrael Black also choosing to go after Hipsta. Going for a sledgehammer on the outside. Drops it down on his body. Big shot. Scott Taylor with another ladder. Sliding it under the ropes. Sneaks up behind him, forearm to the back. Big kick, gets the separation. Off the middle rope, cutter lands. Azrael Black gets laid out. Hipsta doing push-ups on the outside. Getting the blood pumping. Warming himself up, showing off to the crowd, all in the same breath. Taylor's got Azrael up on the top rope. He set up that table across the ring, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what he has in mind. Off the top rope, he's going for a cover. Table gets knocked down. Hipsta throws the chair to break up the pin. Clothesline misses. Hipsta might be hell-bent on eliminating all 3 men. That could have cost him, though. Hipsta rolls back out on the outside. That is definitely the safest place for someone, especially when there's nobody to come after you. Taylor throws Black into the table. He's got his head trapped. Azrael Black floats over with a reversal, able to get out of the way. Hipsta waiting for someone. Big kick off the middle rope. Hits Azrael Black. Doesn't do all the damage it needed to. Black's got him. Tombstone pile driver. Going for the cover. 1, 2. Only a count of 2. Scott Taylor kicks out. Azrael Black with a kick to the gut. Hipsta's up on his shoulders. Reversal from Hipsta. Big elbows to the side of the head of Azrael Black. Hipsta's got him. A single slap sends Azrael Black down onto the mat from King Hipsta. He's got the back of his head and the back of his neck as well. Big hammer shot connects from King Hipsta. Azrael elbows Scott Taylor. Both men fighting wars on 2 fronts at this point. Azrael Black knocks the table over, working the leg. Off the middle rope, clothesline takes down Azrael Black from King Hipsta. Who's he got his eyes on in the question? He's up on that top rope. Ladies and gentlemen, elbow drop down to Azrael Black. Hipsta's looking for another King's Crossing, I think. Gets behind him, drops him down onto his head. Ladies and gentlemen, will King Hipsta walk out with 2 eliminations? Scott Taylor breaks it up the same way that Hipsta did. Hipsta now with a sledgehammer in hand. Big shot to the body of Scott Taylor. He's going for the cover on Taylor now. 1, 2. Only a count of 2 once again. Hipsta back up to his feet. Big kick to the body. Hipsta going for the pedigree on the outside. Drops Scott Taylor once again. He's going after Azrael Black. Sneaks up behind him. Black going for those steel steps. Knocks him out of his hands. Takes the legs out from underneath him. King Hipsta going for a submission. Azrael Black tied up. Hipsta lets go of the hold. Scott Taylor catching his breath on the other side of the ring. Hipsta right behind him. Throws him into the barricade. Clothesline from Taylor misses. Hipsta hits a big kick, almost. Back into the barricade he goes. Punch to the body. Bouncing the heads together. Azrael Black did that, or that happened to Azrael Black earlier tonight with Big Johnson as well. Stunner from Scott Taylor to King Hipsta. Spear from Azrael Black turns into taking the legs out from underneath him. Taylor goes down. 1, 2. Only a count of 2. Scott Taylor still has not fallen. Hipsta back up to his feet. Azrael Black frustrated. Into the steel steps. Big kick to the body from Azrael. Down onto the top of his head. Going for the cover. 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, this match is between Azrael Black and King Hipsta. Scott Taylor has been eliminated. Azrael Black and King Hipsta both holding 1 elimination. Slips behind him. King's crossing. Face bounces off the steel steps. Going for the cover. Look at the face of Azrael Black, ladies and gentlemen. Hipsta is going to All Hallows Wrath to take on Dad Trainer, ladies and gentlemen. What did I say at the beginning of the match? This man is known for doing things just like that. When you think it's over, when you think he's counted out, when you think it's all done, he sneaks out, hits a King's Crossing, walks out with the victory. Ladies and gentlemen, King Hipsta booking his ticket to Sunday. Holy shit. Holy shit. My throat be hurting. What was that? What was that? What the fuck was that? I hear that shit. I heard that shit. What the fuck? Oh, okay, bye. I guess. Oh. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh. Okay. I guess.
You both never learn, do you? Ace Anderson, you scream about inevitability, but inevitability isn't a noise. It isn't a word that you can repeat until you start believing it. Inevitability doesn't scream. It doesn't warn. It just happens. And when it does, there's no stopping it. Dustyn Hunter, you've carried that championship with pride, my friend. You've fought, you defended, you've earned the respect that comes with it. You've proved to everybody here that you are the face of UCW. But respect doesn't change reality. That belt doesn't stay with you, buddy boy. It only waits for me. Ace, punishment isn't yours to give. Dustyn, legacy isn't enough to keep you standing. And when Sunday comes, both of you will realize the same truth. Inevitability doesn't belong to either of you. It belongs to me. This Sunday, inevitability arrives, and I leave with what's mine. The belt.
Oh, we just back now? Who in the fuck in the back is playing fucking video? What the fuck is going on? Alright. Well, I don't know what the fuck that was. But, Yeah. I have no control over my own show. I don't know what's happening. Guys, I'm scared. Ladies and gentlemen, to start off the night, we had Midas and Orion taking on Big Johnson and Azriel. The Golden Dragons of UCW fell to the Empire of Pain. Big Johnson and Azriel booked their ticket to the finals of the Bound by Blood Tag Team Classic to become the first ever unified tag team champions. I don't know who that was. I don't know what that was. I'm confused. I'm scared. I don't know what's going on. We're just going to roll past it. I'm going to get the fuck up out of the studio, and we're going to go on somewhere and act like it didn't happen. All right? All right. Rose Daniels lost to Echo in a preview of what we will see at All Hallows Wrath. Ladies and gentlemen, Echo defeating the champion 2 days before they face off for the belt. After that, ladies and gentlemen, Vintora took on John Styles, and John Styles dominated, using the biggest move we have ever seen in UCW to hold on to the Prince of Carnage championship. After that, ladies and gentlemen, Ethan and Nolan Omega not only won the right to rejoin the Bound by Blood Tag Team Classic in the finals from the loser bracket, they also won the right to stay together as a tag team in UCW. One of the demands of Radcore and Ogre was a stipulation for this match was added as soon as this match started that if they lose here tonight, they will not be tag team partners anymore in UCW. They won. Congratulations to the Omegas. And then, ladies and gentlemen, in our main event, King Hipsta moved undeniably into the World Championship picture once again, taking on Dad Trainer this time, a man who took on the other world champion that Hipsta's taken on, Adam Thomas. Adam Thomas put away Dad Trainer. Adam Thomas put away King Hipsta. Ladies and gentlemen, will King Hipsta be able to put away Dad Trainer, or will Dad Trainer set the bar on Breakdown once again? Do not miss this Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. All Hallows Wrath will be incredible. It has been a great show. I'm glad to have you all here. We had a couple of new faces show up. We had a couple of old faces come back for the first time in a while. I'm glad to see everyone. I hope you enjoyed your time. I hope you enjoyed and felt safe and nurtured and cared for in the community, because that is what we go for. We go to have a safe place to watch some wrestling. It's going to be a tough and impressive fight. It is. But ladies and gentlemen, one thing I like to do is to go show somebody else love. Personally, being a streamer, making YouTube content, all of that stuff was my dream as a kid. And I see being able to raid as an opportunity to make somebody else's dream come true. We've got a couple of favorites that we go to, but I kind of want to see somebody new. So if we've got anybody who does some similar style EFED stuff that we know who's live right now, how about we send them to me, and then I will send you to them. Sound like a plan? Actually, I've got one right here. It's the TDW Universe. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go show them some love. Looks like they might be on a waiting screen. Mr. Blade Franco. Is he live right now? I think I've rated for Blade Franco a couple of times. He doesn't even show up for me as being live. Here, let me. Oh, he is. Okay. Bet. Yeah. Let's send some love to Mr. Blade Franco, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, it's been great having you. I hope you all had a great time. I hope you're safe. I hope you make good choices. I hope you have a good day. I hope you have a happy life. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm User Unknown. I'm going to go get something to drink, eat something. Y'all have fun. Follow who we raid, blow up their chat, make them feel special.